Whoa, Ram fam, you're looking fly today. Well, I did that for a reason. I wanted to upgrade from the little collars, little t-shirts I was wearing, and I wanted to show you something a little bit nicer. And that's kind of the theme of today's conversation video. And it comes to BGS 9.5s. Now, a couple of things about 9.5s. Yeah, the title might have enticed you. Why you're wasting or losing money from selling these 9.5s. When in reality, you should be doing something else. In Pokemon, it's always like a thing where if you get an 8, a 9, and PSA, they always say the same thing. Well, you know what PSA stands for. Please submit again. And when you hear that sort of thing, a lot of times in Beckett, in BGS, you'll see a 9.5. And Pokemon people, their natural reaction will be like, well, I'll go get those, crack them open, know they're mint, and I'll resubmit them into PSA. I'll get a 10 pretty easily. Pretty quickly. What I recommend to you is to take that 9.5 and follow the 3-step. 3 things you need to do. Identify that 9.5, crack open that 9.5, and resubmit that 9.5. Now, when I say identify that 9.5, does that mean, Anthony, are you saying every single 9.5 that I find on the market, I need to buy it, crack it, and resubmit it? Not necessarily. But I think it's fair to say that a majority of the time, when you find a 9.5 BGS slab, especially and specifically for Dragon Ball, Super, Fusion World, and Masters, you got a pretty good chance of cracking that sucker open, resubmitting it, and it's still coming back as a 10, even a black label. I've seen on 2 separate occasions 9.5 come back as a black label. See, the people at Beckett, they're human. They're like us. They have bad days. They have good days. You catch them when their wife does that thing that they only do for their birthday. They had that big breakfast. They had the no traffic to go to work. Their boss gave them great reviews. Whatever it is. Sometimes they get caught. You get caught up. And what happens is you get a 9.5. Now, initially, you're distraught. I can't believe I spent $20. I just submitted this in, and I waited 3 months. This isn't Pokemon. What are you in a rush for? What are you hurrying to the market for? Why think that when you get a 9.5, you got to send it priority? Like it says right down there in the bottom right. Why? Why do you think that's what you got to do? See, this is the tortoise and the hare, all right? You don't need to be the hare. You don't need to be Bugs Bunny. You don't need to be running fast. You're not Sonic. You need to slow down. You're the tortoise. Because the only thing that Dragon Ball really needs now is time. It's going to be successful in time. We're in the early stages. We're in the infancy. We're barely crawling. Maybe we're trying to pick ourselves up with a couple of big wins, but we're still new here, baby. So when you look at that base 75, even the 45, it's pretty fair to say for 20, 25 bucks, 30, 35, I'm sorry, 35 or 40 bucks, that I can still get a great opportunity to hit big. So I'm going to give you 4 examples of 9.5 sales, 10 sales, the raw cost. And I'm going to kind of talk you through why each one's a tiny bit different. And these opportunities, I talked about that in another episode. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and all those good things. First, I want to start off with the Trinity. Gohan's not there, whatever. This is my Trinity. All right, this is the big boys. Great energy marker. 92 exclusive to the accessory set. Bandai has great quality control. Am I saying every single card's a black label? No. Am I saying every single card's a 10? No. What I'm saying is, if you're willing to download the Hard Rock Hotel app, go gamble, if you got Kashi, if you pay for the subscription service of OnlyFans or Tinder, then you can take $20 and put it into this for a long-term thing. You don't need the large popcorn. You can get the small and still have money left over to regrade this. This was sold. It was a double sale. I'm guessing this person didn't pay. They re-auctioned it, whatever. Sold 110. Before that, 113. Let's just call it $110 card as a 9.5. As a 10. Sells for $270 last sold. The one before that, $325. A little bit of a hype price, but I digress. Let's call it $275. You can more than double your money. And that's including paying the extra amount of money that you just paid for. So let's say I got it raw. Maybe I bought it when it was still inside of that cool accessory set and I ripped it out of that little bag. And I built that little box. All right, cool. You paid $10. I'm sorry. You paid $20 to get it graded. Is it going to be worth $110? I mean, let's look at the raw price. $80. $80, you get graded. You're in $100 to grade this exact card. $100. How happy would you be selling it on eBay for $110, knowing that eBay is going to take 13% away from you? Probably not that much. So, Ram, are you telling me that when I'm redlining it, when I'm already in the hole, I put $80 for the card, I put another $20, I'm in $100, Ram? You're telling me you want to go further? Yup. You got 3 strikes, and then you're out. It's not that difficult. You think you're going to win every single time the first time you try it? You go out to the club, you go out to a bar, you see a good-looking girl, you ask one time, she says no, you move on, right? But do you stop asking? You stop talking to them? No! You move on to the next one, and then the next one. You retry, and you retry, and you retry. Now, go retry this. Because when you hit big with this, you're doubling your money. And remember, we're taking our time. We're going slow. And according to some of you keyboard warriors hiding behind your thumbs, we're in a slump, Ram. Okay, let's say we're in a slump. Let's say this card, I'll meet you halfway. Let's call it $310. $300. That's half. Let's call it a $300 card. Well, you're in at 100. It's a $300 card. You can regrade that thing 2 more times and still come out on top. You can do 3 more times if you just use base and still come out on top. Crack your slabs, resubmit to BGS. I've seen it go 10. I've done it myself, and I've seen it black label. Because otherwise, you know what most people will do? This was lucky to get 110. This was luck. This was by the grace of God. You know what most people will comp their PSA 9s and their BGS 9.5s at? Do you know what they will do it? No, I'll tell you. They'll comp them at raw prices. Raw prices. Are you kidding me? This is your alternative. Near mint, when the slab itself says gem mint, those aren't the same thing. I'm almost mint. I'm near mint. I'm kind of there. I'm almost there. No, I'm there. Those aren't the same. Crack that sucker open, resubmit it in, go for the 10. That's the lesson for today, boys and girls. This is the big boy for you. $2,181 sold in April. Before that, $2,600. Let's break it in the even, and let's just call it $2,200 as a 9.5. You can't even buy this card raw for that much. Now, this is a hyperinflated example, sure, where I would comp this. I don't know. I can't dig too much into this. If I'm guessing a 10 goes like this, yeah, maybe $2,000. Probably exactly what 9.5 sold at. I would crack that open. Look at this. Auction June 7th, 42 plus 4.2K. You're telling me that the guy who won this didn't crack this open and resubmit it? He probably even did priority. I wouldn't. I would go nice and slow. Let this thing simmer. It's got to fester. And then I would sell it. You're just throwing away money selling this as basically a raw copy. It's preposterous. Trunks. This is a very low pop card in general. This particular manga from SBO2, the red trunks, Future Trunks. Popular card. Not the easiest to come by. You'll find, the Kais, you'll find King Piccolo, Red Ribbon Army, General, those you'll find every day. Trunks, not as much. Thus, the population, even for a 9.5, is pretty low. 10, and I believe for a 10, it's 9. So you're batting about 50-50 on this card. But it's not a very big pool of examples to kind of pull from. But let's say that is the number. You got a 50-50 shot. You got a 50% chance at going from a $115 9.5, 50-50 shot, remember, to a $500 card. You got a 50-50 shot. So if I told you, hey, you give me $20, I'll give you a 50-50 shot that this comes back at 10, and that 10 sells for 500, yeah, I'm flipping that coin. You'll go to someone's booth, or you'll watch someone go to someone's booth on your Instagram reel while you're sitting on the toilet or you're laying in bed at this Pokemon show, a Collecticon, and someone go double or nothing for that slab, flip it, it lands head, they're happy and cheering, right? You'll watch that, live it. Live it. You can do that right here. Shop. And if you graded this yourself and it came back a 9.5, crack it, resubmit it. Flip that coin one more time, double or nothing then, right? Look at what Raw goes for now. Raw's at 180. Now, Anthony, that's not fair. This was an auction from March. Okay. $115 this sold for. What was the number in March? Well, the March number was about $80. Look at that. 80, 80, 80, 80. It was about an $80 card. $80. Let's just guess. They definitely didn't, but let's just guess that if they did do the base, they would be an 80 to $100. So now they're at about $100. And they sold this card for $115. You think they did this to make $15? Well, Anthony, you shouldn't grade to make money. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Well, then you shouldn't be here right now, because that's exactly what we're talking about. Crack it open, resubmit it, give yourself a shot at that 10. Give yourself a shot at the black label. Seen it. It's crazy. Last one, and it's one of my favorite cards. 40-year anniversary, top 8 prize, Alt Art SR Son Goku. The goat. 9.5 gem mint. Last sold in auction $338, before that $410. Kind of a little bit of a dip for these 9.5s. They're starting to get, they're right on raw prices. Look at this, June 29th. Today's 360. 360. This is, I would argue, under raw comps. Pretty recent raw comps. You're giving it away. Why? Because when you look up all that raw comp that we all want to talk about, it's near mint. It's near mint. But you're selling it for under that? And it clearly says gem mint? Why? Well, I took it to auction. I thought it would just... People love auctions. Oh, they go crazy, Ram. People go crazy over auctions. What are you talking about? Crack it, resubmit it, go for the 10. Well, Ram, it's the summer slump. Look, you can see it right here. It went 1,000. Let me see. It went 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and then it went down to 800. All right. Let's say you disagree with my other video about it being a slump versus a surge, which is fine. This is America. I fought for your right to have that opinion. Semper Fi, motherfucker. With that said, let's say it was $1,000 and it is $1,000 card. And then it went down to $800. According to you, because we're in the slump. All fine and dandy. Wouldn't that mean when we're out of the slump, it would come back to be $1,000 card? So if that's the case, more of a reason to take the slow route of 75 days or 45 days, to take my 9.5 that I graded myself, that I bought for $300, whatever it was, and then to have had at least the opportunity for it to be in this ballpark. Because I recall summer to be, and you can make an argument for June to be in there or not, but June, July, and August. Well, I think the 45 business days, or I'm sorry, the 75 business days that come with base, even the 45 business days will clear that time frame. So I should be out of your summer slump and in the surge. So if that's the case, more of a reason to take that 9.5 that I had already graded, rack that sucker open, go for the $10,000. Short of this card having the craziest centering, having the grader himself take his fingernail and press it upon your card to make an X as if he had a mosquito bite on it, short of someone lighting this thing on fire, you got some pretty good shots at a subjective opinion of a 9.5 teetering over until a 10. You got real good shots. Maybe all you got to do is wipe it down with the microfiber. Maybe all you got to do is brush off a little snot that you left on it when you're ripping it open and out of excitement. I don't know. Point of the matter is that when you got a 9.5, you in reality have two options. And I'm telling you, the whole point of this video is to crack it open and resubmit it because you got a pretty good shot. And I recommend 3 tries. That's option 1. Option 2, you sell it as is, but you don't sell it at raw prices. Why, Ram Fam? Everyone does that. Well, guess what? Everyone's wrong because that says gem mint. You can't see it? Squint. You can't squint? Zoom. You can't zoom? Google it. That says gem mint. And when I look at the comps, it says near mint. Is near mint gem mint? No. You know what it's like? It's almost mint. It's kind of mint. It's not quite there. It's the Temu to the Amazon. That's the reality. It's my Subaru to the Mercedes. It's not quite there, but it kind of gets you there. You understand what I'm telling you? She's a girl from the street. She's got a good relationship with her dad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Near mint prices for a 9.5 is the most bonkers thing I've ever heard. Anthony, how do I comp it then? Chris, you take the comps for near mint. I recommend to add an additional $80 if you use Express, $40 if you used the middle tier, whatever tier you used on our system. And this is just a suggestion. Anthony, I hate your suggestion. All right, start a YouTube channel and give me your own suggestion. This is my suggestion. You add in there whatever amount of money that you had to plop in there. Well, I pay $3 in fees, so I'm going to include an extra, just round it, $80, $35, $120, whatever it is. Or pick an average of this. I don't care. For me, I mostly do $80. So if the comps in this exact scenario come out to $360, I would add an extra $80. Why? Because that makes me barely flush. Maybe a little bit more. Let's say from there, I add an additional 10 to 20% depending on the card. How dare you, Ram? You sick son of a... If I had the ability to find you, I would fight you. Oh yeah? Why? Because this is near mint. It's kind of done. Hey, man, is my steak medium rare? No, it's kind of medium rare. Well, those things aren't the same, right? Is my... There's a million examples. Near mint and mint, not the same. You're going to pay me mint prices, or rather, you're going to pay me gem mint prices. So you got two options. Either go on this new adventure with me where 9.5s are no longer treated as near mint prices, or you just recrack it, you resubmit it, you get a 10, and then you come back in here in 75 business days and you go, damn it, Ram, you son of a gun, we did it. Came back a 10. And then I go, I called it. I'll give you a little emoji and we're all happy together, right? Chat, if you haven't already, you obviously know I'm passionate about this. And one thing I'm really passionate about is manipulating the market. And it's not manipulating the market to my benefit, but manipulating it for your benefit. How do we do that, Ram? Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're live on Whatnot. You see it right down there below. Search up the name, Saying Collects. Dollar starts everything. You like singles, you like slabs, you like fusion worlds, you like masters. We'll talk, we'll laugh. Maybe find you a nightstand copy or something. We'll hook you guys up. You want to pay over market? Pay over market. You want to play under market? Pay under market. Regardless, we're going to have a good time. You can get some great cards. If you don't want to follow us there, follow us here. Like, subscribe, comment, the whole shebang. On Instagram, maybe you want to catch a reel. Maybe you want to learn a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. You can follow us there as well. No matter what you're doing, make sure you come back, you comment, you like, you subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.